Well. Good morning. Actually, good afternoon in some places. You know, this is Charles Richard, and we are live. That is correct. We are live, absolutely 100% live. Let's see. Make sure. Okay, I want to just make sure that we are, and everybody can see me. Yes, everybody can see me. All right. So welcome. My name is Charles Richard, and you can see it right there. Okay, that's my name. And I happen to be inside one of the nicest places, nicest restaurants, actually streaming live right now. It is a Spanish restaurant. We're going to talk about this place in a couple of minutes, and I'm going to also talk to you about a couple of things. I also want to talk to you about miking your live stream. I know that oh gosh, what is his name? He does so much. He actually just posted a wonderful video about a hack on a Rode Go mic. All right, yes, and I definitely do love what he posted. I think it is awesome. I really think it's awesome, to be honest and truthful. Let me kind of like really quickly look for it, because I want to make sure that you all are getting the proper information. I don't want to say somebody else's name and where it's not. Okay, I want to make sure that you get the proper info. It is by where is he? I just saw it too. Okay, let me see. It is. There it is. Tony and Chelsea in Northrop. Tony and Chelsea in Northrop. Just, I think it's got like already like 3,000 views, and it is about a wireless headphone hack for video cameras. A wireless headphone hack for video cameras. It's wonderful, right? The video is really, really wonderful. I do have one of those microphones. I think they are really, really good, and the sound on it is really awesome, all right? But I go a different route, and I'm going to give you this as a additional solution. Let me kind of grab this. You can see some people behind me. You know, we are in a restaurant. It is a buffet, and you're going to see people, you know, coming in and out, and you know, and eating great food because it's good, it's cheap, it's good, and it gets full. You know what I'm saying? You know, what can I say? I'm actually having like one of my desserts, and here's what I'm having right now. I'm having watermelon, nice fresh watermelon with ice cream and jello, and I already ate, and you know, it was really good. But anyways, what I'm talking about is this Roland, okay, the Roland R07. And I'm kind of going to enhance and kind of build, okay, on what he has actually suggested. And I'm not going to say that this is actually better than his solution, all right? And I'm not actually going to say that it is worse. It depends on how you are using it and what you want to do with it. All right, so if you already have the Rode Go wireless, then that is one solution to be able to use it as a monitor. The problem is that once you use it as a monitor, now you cannot use it as a wireless microphone. So it's kind of limiting, right? In my solution, I use both. Okay, I still have my wireless microphone. I still use my Go, my Rode Go wireless microphone as a wireless microphone, and I use this little thing here, all right, the Roland. I want to make sure that you guys can see it. Okay, the Roland, I use it because look what it has over here. It's got Bluetooth, all right, it's got Bluetooth, so I'm monitoring my audio through the Bluetooth coming out of here if I need to do a remote location. So because it's Bluetooth, it has the distance. Okay, it gives me the distance. I'm able to listen to what I'm actually recording, and then because it also has an input, my Rode Go wireless, all right, output goes into my input, and it gives me a redundancy. All right, it gives me a redundancy because it is a digital recorder. It is a high resolution audio recorder. It is a digital recorder, and the quality on it is, wow, it's really out of this world. And when you have redundancy on some of these cameras, you know, not every camera, but some of these cameras really give you very, very poor audio preamps. And when you have a poor audio preamp, you're gonna notice it, you know, in your audio. And audio is, I believe, is more important than video sometimes, you know. And so if you're listening to some music in the background, that's because this place also has Hispanic music. I'm drinking right now. It's really hot. It's like 90-some degrees outside. I'm drinking a lemonade. Oh, because it's really hot. Seriously, it is hot. All right. So I want to make sure that, you know, that you guys can see me. And yes, everybody is online. Everybody can see me, and I love you all for this. You know, I want to thank you for all coming up here. Definitely, you know. That's a 100% plus. And I also want to, let's see, let me share this with some of my friends. All right, let me send this over here, and I'm actually going to invite some friends over here, you know, because I want to make sure that they can come and join us. Let's see, who else do we want to invite up here? A couple of people that I want to invite, just so that we can get a nice little group up here. And again, if this is your first time, all right, that you are joining us, you know, I want to invite you to please subscribe. You can see it right there. Okay, please subscribe and follow. You know, we are right now broadcasting simultaneously in YouTube. We're broadcasting on Facebook. We're broadcasting on Twitch, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on a social media platform called VK. And this social media platform, VK, is only for overseas. All right, it's very it's kind of the equivalent of a Facebook over in UK and in Russia and all those Asian countries. It's very popular out there. So we broadcast, because the idea behind this particular channel is to let you know what's happening here in the Orlando, because all of the parks are open. All right, and we are going to actually increase because in this coming month there's a lot of things that are happening. Our borders are going to be open. Okay, that's for one. And the other thing is that yesterday the governor here, DeSantis, right, actually said that he was going to lift the restrictions on the restaurants, because you see here in Orlando or in the Florida area, and practically all around the U.S., but mostly focused here on Florida, the restaurants have been, practicing the social distancing, which means that, like for example, I'm sitting here on this table. It means that the table next to me, then nobody can sit there. All right. So if you have a client or a customer, that is going to come and eat at the restaurant, you gotta seat them a table apart. Okay. So when you seat them a table apart, that actually cuts down on the usage of the tables, and sometimes there's not enough room on some of these smaller restaurants to be able to meet the demands of people that want to sit down and eat a breakfast, a lunch, or a dinner. So that's what's going on. So DeSantis actually said yesterday, okay, that he's lifting all of that, so which means that now there are no restrictions on the restaurants as far as placement for being able to sit, because there really hasn't been or hasn't shown any difference at all in the numbers, because people have been sitting in certain seats and that sort of stuff, right? Okay, so that's a great thing, and that's a really, really good thing and a really positive thing. So that is definitely a plus for a lot of these places. So and that's one of the things that really, because here in the Central Florida and South Florida area, we actually, our customers are mostly coming like from tourists. They're coming from all over the U.S. They come and they come to visit the Disney World, or they come to visit Universal. And when they come down here, they got to go out and eat. They got to go out, and they have to have the freedom and the ability to be able to do the things that a normal person can do, right? So because of that, I think that those decisions were made, and because it's really hurting our tourist industry, and Florida survives on the tourist industry. We are not an industrial place like some of these other states that actually they either have a huge income from farming or a huge income from an industrial aspect of manufacturing. We don't have that here. Our monies in Florida come from tourism, because it's the one state that is beautiful all year round. It's sunshine, it's got a lot of beaches, it's got a lot of theme parks, it's got a lot of stuff that really, really is good, and that's why people love to come out here. So anyways, let me kind of pull this off here. Okay, let's pull that off. All right, and so now you can see me better, right? So anyways, that's what's happening here in the Orlando area. But I want to take time to talk about a couple of things, a couple of things that have been really on my mind, and I think that these things are really very important for some of you folks, that because every so often, there are technology, advancements, and I think that usually every 2 years or every 3 years we see a abundance of companies that are actually releasing a whole lot of technology out there, and I don't have anything against technology, all right, and I don't have anything for it neither, all right, because the truth of the matter, all right, is that most people are prone and governed to making decisions, and the way that they act, and the things that they buy, are things that are maybe not really necessary. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying not to do it, okay, but I don't want to see any of you, because I do love my viewers, I don't want to see any of you put yourself in a position, a financial position, that is going to hurt you. And I see this done all the time with a lot of the videos that are being shown here on YouTube and on the social medias. And first of all, just to give you a little bit history about me, and to give you a little bit, in depth about what we are all about. I don't get paid for none of this. All right, I am not a YouTuber. All right, I am not a. I post stuff on Facebook, but I'm not really. I don't make any income from any social media platform. I don't have any affiliates. Okay, so whether I am talking, for example, like this particular rolling product here, I'm talking about it because I bought it with my own money. All right, nobody gave it to me, nobody loaned it to me. All right, I didn't go out and borrow it from anybody. I actually went out, I paid for it with my own pocket, all right, to bring you something new, or because I'm using it for my personal use. All right, my monies come from other sources, all right, and from my career, and I don't need the money from YouTube because I feel, all right, and I hope that this doesn't insult any of the YouTubers, because I'm not trying to insult any of the YouTubers. I respect the what a lot of the YouTubers, content creators do, because they're trying to make a living, and I understand that you can make a living off of this, but I don't do clickbait. All right, I don't do clickbait that is unsensible. All right, I don't do clickbait that is going to draw one of my potential viewers into going out and spending $2,000 or $3,000, all right, and then end up with a product that is useless in their hands, because the reality is that everything that they heard on YouTube was great, but when they bought it and when they brought it to their personal use and their application, it doesn't do the stuff that they need it to do for their particular application. Okay, so follow me here for a second. All right, so when I look at some of these YouTubers trying to do this, I'm gonna post something. I'm gonna post it, and I'm gonna give you all my opinion so that it can be heard, because this is a platform that anybody and everybody can post anything, and I don't mean to try to hurt anybody, all right, in the process, any content creator, that is, all right. But what I do tell you that I will do, and specifically be clear and very clear about it, is I don't care who you are, all right. If I find something that I think might mislead somebody into doing or purchasing something, I'm gonna say something about it so that you can think twice, or search other places, and do some credible research so that you have a better idea of what it is that you're getting into. All right, some of these products are not expensive, but some of them are. All right, a $3,800 camera, if you are a restaurant server, or you are a chef or a cook or whatever, you don't make $3,000 a week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to work in one of these really super high-end restaurants to be able to make $3,000 a week. So $3,800, which is almost $4,000, and that is not even including a lens. All right, and that's something else that we're going to talk about. And then the companies, these companies like the Canons, the Sonys, they say, okay, the body alone costs $3,800, but each lens costs $1,500, $1,800 for a good lens, right? So before you know it, you're in it for $10,000, and you're in it, and you spent a camera, a $10,000 camera, just to use it as a webcam. I mean, how smart, okay, is that? Seriously, folks, okay, if anybody can tell me otherwise, please help me out. All right, I'm going to spend $4,500 or $5,000 because I gotta buy the body, and then I gotta buy the lens just to put it on a tripod to do web streaming. Are you serious? And then you have the other issue. All right, the other issue is the one thing that is most disturbing, right, is the fact that you're not making any money on this YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You're just probably starting out, and you want to have a $10,000 worth of equipment to try to make $3,000. Why don't you wait till you start making $3,000 and then start spending some money? But some of you guys out there, all right, are listening to these clickbaits and these, YouTube reviews, and they tell you, oh, but this camera is going to be the camera of the year. It might be. Who cares? Okay, But if you're not making $100, okay, per month, or $200 per month, and you're not in a position to buy and to actually invest that kind of money, all right, because you're not there yet. You're not there yet. Somebody that has, check this out. Just check this out for a second, all right. Some of you guys out there are doing live streams, right? And when you do live streams, and I look at how many viewers are on your live stream, you got less than 30 viewers on your live stream, but you got 4 cameras, and each camera, is worth over $2,000. Oh, but I want my production to look good. For 20 guys? For 20 guys? Seriously? Oh, but it is my production because I have another channel. Okay, all right, and you've had it for a long time, and there is no increment. There is nobody else really joining your channel. You've been around for, I don't know, 10 years, 12 years, and I'm not going to say nothing because there's a lot of you guys out there that are in this particular situation. All right, it happens to be one of the guys that I know, but he's not the only one that's in this situation. So I'm not addressing this just to him. I'm addressing this to all of you guys that have, I don't know, 20,000, 30,000 subscribers, and you've had 20,000, 30,000 subscribers for the last 5 years, 7 years. You know what I'm saying? You don't have 100,000 or 150,000, 200,000 subscribers. You're not a Casey Neistat. You're not a Tony and Chelsea, Northrup. They've been doing it for about the same amount of time as some of you guys have. These guys have, I don't know, look at their numbers. Their numbers really justify the expense of a $3,000 camera. But when you have a 20,000 subscribers or 30,000 subscribers, and you're not making $1,000 from YouTube because YouTube is not paying you $1,000 a month, okay, because you don't have affiliate programs, people are not clicking, okay, to actually go buy stuff with you folks. The truth of the matter is that you don't need, to spend $4,000 on a camera. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. It's nice, it's pretty, all right. It's like, here, I'll give you another a perfect example. I have this guy. He owns a real small hole in the wall restaurant. Okay, and I've known him for a long time. He used to be the chef of the Contemporary Hotel here in Orlando. Right, the Contemporary Hotel is a very high-end hotel, and he used to be the chef for many years. Now, he was a chef at this Contemporary Hotel about, I want to say, about 25 years ago. All right, then about 20 years ago, he opened up this little hole in the wall downtown Orlando. So I got to meet him, and we became really good friends. You know what I'm saying? And I love him to death. The guy is really cool, and it's really nice, and it's really down to earth. But he goes out and he buys, the Apple laptop, right? The MacBook Pro, right? The latest and the greatest. That Apple, when Apple puts a product out, Apple actually is not inexpensive. Apple has always been a costly, piece of gear, and it's going to be like that, in the years to come as well, because it is a very well-known product, and it's very, it's a good product. You know what I'm saying? What can I say? So anyways, he spends this particular year, I'm not gonna say what year it is because I can't really remember. Okay, I think it was maybe like 7 years ago or 5 years ago. The MacBook Pro, the latest MacBook Pro came out, and he bought himself the best one out there, the 15, which was for video production and everything. He spent like $4,000 on this laptop. okay, on this MacBook Pro, 3,000 and something, almost $4,000. He brings it to the restaurant. I happen to be there. You know, he asked me for help to set it up. I helped him set it up. I go, well, Mr. Such and Such, what are you going to use it for? He goes, oh, well, you know, I want to have the latest. You know, I'm going to use it for a lot of stuff, you know. So what do you use it for? Well, I surf the internet. I go, oh, okay. What else? You know, well, you know, once in a while, you know, I might get an email, you know, but I don't really use email, so I don't really need email. And maybe once in a while, I want to do something in the menu, you know, update my menu. Not photos. I don't do the photos. I just, you know, type up my menu. I use Microsoft Word to do the menu, and you know, and that's it. Now, folks, you don't need a $4,000 computer to do that. Okay, why did you go out and spend $4,000 on a computer just to do that? You're not doing video production. You're not doing, you know, anything that, you know, requires, you know, a high-end, you know, electronic piece of equipment. You know, so that $4,000, right, was more of a, well, you know, my name is such and such, and look at what I got. Okay, because I want you to see, you know, that I can afford this, so I go out and I buy this stuff. It's like those guys out there that they buy these Lamborghinis, you know, and they don't really use it that much, you know what I'm saying? They buy a Lamborghini because they want to be seen with a Lamborghini, not because, you know, a Volkswagen is not going to get them from point A to point B, all right, because the Volkswagen will get them from point A to point B, but because they want to be seen on that type of a upper scale, they makes them feel better, and all of that is great. But not everybody can afford that, all right? And when you have a person that in their mind and in their mentality, you know, is geared towards that, you know, it can become very extremely, okay, it can become extremely hurting, all right, and extremely harmful to somebody that is not in that same position. And this is why I say the things that I say, all right? I do the same thing with restaurants. When I do my reviews on restaurants, I do the same thing with electronic equipment. I do the same thing with everything in life, all right? I value the people and the money that people have, because, you know, money doesn't grow on trees. And I'm sorry, folks, money doesn't grow on trees, okay? I make 7 figures a year, you know, and I don't go out and buy $4,000 piece of equipment, because if I don't need it, I don't need to impress anybody with a $4,000 piece of equipment. Now, if I'm going to use it, it's a different story. If I need what it offers because of the usability for me, and because as a tool, right, it needs to be able to produce that for me, then it makes sense. But if it doesn't, you know, you're not making the same type of money that I'm making, and maybe you're making more, I don't know. But I'm talking to those of you, right, that really are just starting out. And in this particular business, you know, you have a lot of kids that are going to high school and that are going to college, you know, and they don't have a whole lot of income, you know, and sometimes, you know, dad and mom will help them, you know, in the investment, and sometimes, you know, they will save all their money because they're still living with mom and dad, and they can save a little bit of money to be able to do these things, you know. But the reality is that they don't need it. It is something nice to have. It is a novelty, all right, but it is not a necessity, all right? So it's a difference between being a novelty and being a necessity, all right? So here I'm using, here on this particular channel, take a look at what I'm using. Okay, folks, I'm using, look at this, okay, right up here. It's a Fuji X-T2, a Fuji X-T2, and you want to see what lens I'm using? Check this out, okay? There's my lens. It's an f/60mm 2.8. It is a camera that is about 4 years old, all right? And I am streaming right now in 1080 60 frames per second, you know, and I'm streaming from my phone. All right, because I got 5G. All right, so because I have 5G, I have that capability to do that. You know what I'm saying? But if I didn't have 5G, you know, it'd be a different story. Excuse me. But that's what I'm using, and I've had an XT4. You see me review it, you know, and I've got the GFX 100. I don't use my GFX 100, okay, for streaming, because the GFX 100 is dedicated for a different type of usage, and I've got the Panasonic S1H. All right, and does it mean that I'm going to go out because a brand new camera came out? And no, I don't need to go out and spend that money. All right, because what I have for my tools is actually providing the stuff that I need, okay, the tools that I need to be able to make my work, or actually have my work done. Right, and this is what I'm getting at anyways. All right, so anyways, let's get back to this place. This place is wonderful, okay? It's really super wonderful. In the Winter Park area, last night, had a wonderful, for the first time, they are beginning to, at nighttime, Friday nights, they have live jazz bands. And I actually took some pictures. Let me see if I can get you to show you some pictures. Let's see, maybe I can do this, and let's see if this works. All right, here we go. All right, will this work? Maybe not. Let's see. Okay, there we are. All right, so all right, this is Winter Park. All right, this is one of the places in Winter Park, and it's wonderful. This place is super wonderful. It's one of the restaurants is inside Winter Park. Has a place called Park Avenue, which is kind of like the Beverly Hills of Winter Park. I'm sorry, yeah, it's actually the Beverly Hills of Winter Park is the correct way to say it. There's a lot of richy, guppy people, you know, that go out there and hang out there. I love to go out there because I have a wonderful time. I seriously have a really wonderful time. But yesterday, let me see if I can bring this. I don't remember how to do this. Let me see. Oh, I think I have to do this way. Let me see. Yeah, this is how I gotta do it. All right, let me go here and let me look for this particular place. Let's see, where is it? Here we go. It's Winter Park Friday night, and let me see if I can bring you. Okay, I want to show you some things that are actually, you know, I can show you some of this groups. I got so many pictures, and I wasn't really, you know, expecting here. This is one of them. Let me move this. Oh, I can't move that. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll do it this way. All right. So here we go. All right. Let me show you this one. Okay. This was Winter Park last night. Okay. Winter Park, and you can see in the background. All right. You can see that there was a live group. It was a live jazz session in the Winter Park. There is a park, you know, in Winter Park on Park Avenue, and this is what you're looking at. This was shot. Check this out, guys. This was shot with my XT2 with my 16mm 2.8 lens at nighttime with no flash, no light, no nothing, wide open. And that's what I did. And I've got the audio recorder. I did do some live audio recordings also. Wonderful. Oh God, it's wonderful. And I'm gonna actually after I do this live stream, I'm going to do a production with some of this group, because I think the group was really nice. I really liked the group quite a bit. Very nice people. Older, it was an older group. Let me see. I know I got some pictures up in here. Let me see if I can. Maybe there. No. Okay. Maybe there. No. Actually, I think I can do it this way. Let me go this route, and let's see. Can I do it this way? Let me think about this for a second. I got 4 viewers. I'd like to welcome you all. Okay, if you're just viewing over here. Let me see. I've got. Yeah, I can do it this way. Let me choose a file, and I'm going to kill the audio on it, all right, because I don't want anybody to, for copyright infringements and blah 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 and all that kind of stuff. Let me see if I got a close-up look. Where are we? Do we have a close-up look? Yeah, here we go. Okay, let's open this up and let's take a look at it. All right, and all right. Alright, that's some of the music. Okay, just hang on tight. Okay, give me 1 second. Alright, actually, let's go a different route. Let's go this route. Okay, let's go this route. Alright, I think it's gonna be a much better. Now, this is a wonderful, really wonderful group that was playing out last night, as you can see right here. And these are just some of the things that are going on right now in the Orlando area after the COVID-19. So, Orlando's beginning to open up. And it is wonderful. It is wonderful, guys. Seriously, it's super wonderful. I gotta love it. To be honest and truthful. Let me see. What's this thing doing? Okay, and I'm back. Okay, I'm back with you folks, and let's see. Okay, that is Winter Park last night. Winter Park, and this group was playing out there. It was wonderful. It was really good. I really seriously loved it. A really plus thing to do and to go. So this is happening on Friday nights. And it starts at 6. It is from 6 p.m. all the way till 9 p.m. And let me show you some of the pictures, okay? Because I got so many pictures, that I want to show you some of this other stuff that's out there. Let me see if I got this. Let me see. Somewhere here. Let's see what we got. Okay, this is, yeah, here we go. This is Winter Park at nighttime. Look at this, okay? It's wonderful. It's beautiful. What else can I say? You know what I'm saying? You can see the children, you can see, the adults, actually, enjoying Winter Park. In other words, people are coming out, okay? People are actually enjoying themselves, in this Winter Park area. Now, that is completely different, okay? It is, guys, it is completely different, all right, than when we go to International Drive. All right, International Drive right now is pretty much dead because International Drive is really, there's a lot of tourists, okay? That's the truth. There's a lot of tourists on International Drive, and a lot of the places are hurting because International Drive doesn't do things like this. All right, there is not that tight community like Winter Park. So, and because the actual tourists, the borders are still closed. The tourists are not going there. All right, so everything that you're looking at in the International Drive is actually how can I put it? Is local national tourist. Okay, local and national tourists is not international tourists. And it's kind of sad, all right, but at the same time, what can I say, right? It is what it is. But let me see if I can bring this up. Okay, I don't know why this thing is just acting up today. Okay, it's kind of weird. Okay, what it's doing, it's kind of like all over the place. So, anyways, International Drive is just not there. All right, it's not there. It's hurting. A lot of the restaurants, you pass by the front of the restaurants and you can see, all right, that the restaurant is empty. And it's I guess we gotta wait for the tourists to come, right? But it's a place that is hurting. Now, with the same token, right? If I start talking about downtown Orlando, a lot of the places, a lot of the bars. First of all, the bars are not open, right? So you're not going to be able to find that. But there are like the small cafes, like small mom and pop shops. There's a beautiful place downtown Orlando called Common Craft, and that place is open, and that place is always packed, right? And it is the atmosphere, the clients, the people that go there are guppies, but they're very friendly, they're very nice. You can bring your dogs, okay? That is the type of business that right now is actually functioning. All right, those are the businesses that are actually functioning right now because those businesses are geared towards the locals, and the locals are the ones that are actually beginning to come out and beginning to enjoy the different things. All right, basically what it is, that they're enjoying the different venues and different restaurants and that sort of stuff, right? But as far as hotels have begun to open, all right, but it's going to be a slow process because until the borders are open for international travel, because Orlando and Miami and South Florida is actually depends on the tourist. We are pretty much not operating to its full. Canada, for example, at this time, right, October, November, right, is when we begin to see what we call the snowbirds from Canada. They start running away from those cold temperatures from up in Canada, up north, right? And they come to a warmer climate, so they actually come down here for 4 months, 5 months, 6 months out of the year, right, to be in a warmer climate. And because the borders are closed, we don't have those snowbirds. Okay, we don't have them out here, but eventually it's going to happen, and so I think that the first step that was done correctly was with Governor DeSantis, where he actually started lifting some of the restrictions, okay, because we want to open the doors. So the first restriction that he opened up was the restriction for the restaurants. The restaurants can now operate at their full capacity. I think we're going to start seeing the restriction of the masks being lifted up very, very closely, because the masks really aren't needed here in the Florida area. To be honestly truthful, we've never had those high numbers like some of these other places. Why? I don't know if the virus doesn't like the hot weather or not. I don't know. I don't care. All right. The fact is, all right, that we don't see those high numbers. Okay, so whether it is the weather, whether it is the humidity, whether it is whatever it is, I'm not a scientist and I'm not going to get into it. All right, the fact is that those numbers are not there, period. Okay, I don't care if you're a super scientist or what it is. If the numbers aren't there, I don't care what you say. I go by what the numbers are. Okay, and the numbers, just like everybody else in the government, are looking at numbers. We're not looking, because the people on the government side, they're not scientists, they're not doctors, instructors, the only thing they can look at is the numbers that are given to are passed down to all of us, okay, via data, research, surveys, and everything else that create those figures for us, right? And so with that said, I think that we're going to start seeing a very, very rapid and more incremental, opening up of whether it's borders, whether it's restrictions that have been placed, they will be lifted, and that is how we are moving forward. And I am glad to see that, and that huge step that DeSantis made. I do applaud him for it, for the restaurants, because a lot of these restaurants are actually suffering because of their small venues. The restaurants themselves are not big, and when you have a small restaurant that is not big, and you say that they can only operate at 50% of their capacity, and they only have 4 tables, that means that they can only have 2 tables. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm coming from. And that's going to help them, and it's going to help our economy as well to be able to get to our next level and to our next stage. Anyways, this is Charles Richard. I want to really thank every single one of you for coming and joining us. I've got like 4 people. If you guys want to text me or send anything to me, please, by all means. I've been on here for about 46 minutes, and again, if you want to go out and spend money on technology, just make sure that you do your research. Don't listen to all these clickbaits and YouTubers, because a lot of these YouTubers, the only thing they want is to be able to fatten their pocket. They don't care about you. They don't care about your pocket, all right? Because if they did care about your pocket, all right, they would be redundant, okay, about putting stuff like that, because personally, I would not want to be the one that influenced you into making a bad purchase, and then you come back to me and say, oh my God, but I bought it because I heard it on your channel that this $3,000 camera was the best thing, and it was going to be possibly the camera of the year. We don't know if it is or if it's not. It might be, it might not be, but I'm not going to be the one, okay, that if it isn't, and if it happens to be something that is not really good, because I have not had it in my hands, and because I have not tested it, and because there's not enough information out there, I'm not going to go out there because I read some publicity that was written on a piece of paper, from a company that says that it can do this and it can do that, and when you get it, it can't do shit. that's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? And it's got other issues, okay, that doesn't make it worthwhile, right, for you to purchase or to invest so much money into something like this. I'm using an X-T2 camera. I don't need to use an X-T2 camera. I can use a $5,000 camera. I can afford it, but I don't need to. All right? Why am I going to use a $5,000 camera? All right? I don't need to. All right? Let's see what happened over here. Okay, I don't know. I just froze. All right, let's take a look. Maybe I am out of battery. I don't know. All right, so let's go here. All right, I froze. Oh, it's not a good thing. All right, let's go. Let's see what happened. I don't know what happened here. It might be that I am out of. Okay, let's go this route here. All right, and I'm sorry, I'm using my backup, and I don't know what happened. Let's see. Let me give me a second or so. All right, because it might be that I am out of battery. I think it most probably is. So I'm running on batteries, but it's interesting, right? Let's do this right, this way. And I wonder why it's doing that. I wasn't recording. All right, so give me a second, and I think we can get back. You got to see this. It takes these little batteries right here, and some of these batteries, it's not good. It's not good because they don't last a long time. So and I don't know if that is the case with what happened here. I don't know what's going on here. What's going on here? There we go. All right, and I think that's probably what happened. So let's find out. Maybe it is. Okay, let's see. Yep, there we go. We're back. You know, that is exactly what happened. Okay, my battery is dead. It ran out. It went kaput. It went berserk. Okay, you know. So, anyways, I'm glad that you gotta have some of these plenty of these extra batteries. I could also plug it in, but I'm not trying to plug it in. You know, I'm not trying to do that. No. Anyways, this is Charles Richard. You know, again, you know, if you love what you're listening to right here, you know, please subscribe. Oops, this way. There you go. Subscribe and follow, and that way you can be actually notified. Okay, when this channels, okay, or when I go on the air. And as far as this thing that I saw today with Tony and Chelsea Northrup, they're really super wonderful people. I really like them a lot. Let me see how I can do this. I think I'm gonna do it this way. All right, let's do it this way, and let me actually. Yep, let's do it this way. All right. So, if you give me a second, I am going to take this thing off because I want to show you this. I think it's worth it. I really, honestly, do think it's worth it. So that you guys can take a look at this because it's really good. Seriously good. All right. Okay. Here we go. This is the unit. Okay. Look at this unit. All right. This unit. Can we get it to focus? Here we go. All right. There we go. Can you focus? Yeah, it's got some glare, so it's probably not going to focus because it's got some glare. All right, so let's do it this way. All right, let's go like this, and okay, let me focus it manually. All right, and I want to focus it manually because see, the glass is what's stopping it from focusing. So let me focus it for you so you guys can see it. Okay, here we go. All right, that is the Roland, and you see. It's a digital recorder. You see the Bluetooth? The Bluetooth is on, all right? And it allows me, with that Bluetooth, right? It allows me to literally use my headsets, all right? That you see me use, my earbuds, okay? To actually monitor. It's got a phone output, and that's what goes into the camera, all right? And it's got a microphone input. It's stereo, as you can see. All right, and let me see if I can. I'm gonna stop this here, and I'm gonna go to my menu to see if I can show you really quick. I know that you guys are seeing me kind of blurred out, but that's okay. All right, you can see right here. Okay, let me see if can you see it? Probably not. Now you can. All right, it's got a limiter. Look at this. Look at this, guys. All right, check this out. Okay, see that it's got a limiter. Okay, it's got a low frequency. All right, it's got a whole bunch of stuff. All right, see, it's got the limiter. I mean, it really has a whole bunch of stuff. You know, that actually really works really good. Let me put this. Okay, there we go. All right, so what I do, okay, what I do with this unit, all right, is because it's actually my secondary, right, my backup, and actually it gives me a much cleaner sound than the actual built-in microphone, because sometimes the preamps on a lot of these cameras are terrible. Seriously, they're terrible, right? So with this, what I do is my output, right, from my phones, I actually plug it into my input on the microphone on my camera, right? And what it does, it gives me the ability, right, to use my digital recorder, right, and bring the signal into my camera. But because it has Bluetooth, right, I'm actually monitoring everything that is being recorded through my Bluetooth, so I can completely hear it. Now, the part that makes it even nicer is that my Rode Go wireless microphone, I plug it in right here, okay? And what that does is now I have a wireless microphone, right, which I can Also on the transmitter from the wireless microphone, the Rode Go wireless microphone, I can actually put what I have. Okay, I put my Sennheiser lavalier microphone. I hook it up to the transmitter. All right, and then my receiver, which is the other piece that goes usually hooked up to the camera, that receiver is hooked up to my input, okay, here on my Roland, and my digital recorder, okay, picks up the signal. All right, picks up the signal, records it digitally. All right, wirelessly, because I'm wireless. The Rode gives me that wireless capability. The digitally audio comes from the digital signal in here, and it also gives me the output to record into the camera. At the same time, it is recording internally in an SD card. I happen to have a 64. You can open it up over here, and you can see I've got a 64 gig. You can see it right way back in there. I have a 64 gig SD card. It takes 2 AA batteries, as you can see right there. All right, and the AA batteries, they last you about 14 hours, 14 to 16 hours. So it's really good, and I really recommend it. I really like it a lot. You know, and the quality is good. The quality is really good. You can see it right there. Let me see if you can see it right there. Where it's picking. Okay, you can see it where it's picking the audio. Okay, it's picking the audio very cleanly and very clearly. All right, and so it's the best alternative that I have found. It's real small. Look how big my hand is compared to the size of this. So it's really small. So the other advantage that you have when you use this is that, like for example, when you use the Zoom, like the Zoom H1, H2, H4, whatever their model numbers are, they're big. All right. When I put this on my camera, all right, I put it right on top of my shoe, my camera shoe, right? And I'll use. Let me show you what I have. I've got it in here somewhere. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it out for you. All right, because I got my camera gear right here. Okay. Let me show you how small this thing is. See this thing right here? Okay, this, all right, is actually what I used to mount this to my camera shoe. I just put this really small thing right back here. All right, so it gives me a very low profile, and I'm gonna tell you why. All right, I'm gonna tell you why I do it this way. All right, okay, so it gives me a low profile. All right, so now I've got that. It's the only thing that I need. I put that on my camera. All right, so now I've got a really low profile, so that when I attach my camera to a gimbal, okay, when I attach my camera to a gimbal, all right, that gimbal, when it starts, you know, moving and rotating, this is not going to get in the way, guys. This is not going to get in the way, and it doesn't weigh much. All right, and it's going to give me the ability to have my audio on a camera that's on a gimbal. You know, where have you seen that? Okay, where have you seen that? You know, usually, you know, you don't have things that are small enough, that are good enough. You know, I've actually used my Roland Go wireless alone on the gimbal, because the Roland Go wireless is so small that, you know, you can definitely put it on the on your camera shoe, and it's not going to make no difference at all on the gimbal because it's so light. But by adding this little thing here, guys, I've got everything that I need on a camera. All right, and because it doesn't matter how expensive your camera is, I don't care if it is the Sony, all right, A7S3. Listen to me, guys. I don't care if it's the Sony A7S3. That Sony A7S3 is wonderful. It's great. It's the best camera out there. All right, but the IBIS is never going to compare, okay, to that of a gimbal. All right, it never. All right, never at all. And when you do cinematography, you're not going to use autofocus anyways. You have a focus puller, all right, and That's that's how the industry works. That's the reality of the industry. So my suggestion, if you can find this, pick one up. They're about new. They cost $200. All right, they don't make them anymore. All right, but you can find them on eBay. I don't know what condition they're in. You have to be really careful. I was lucky, really lucky. I bought this at Sam Ash. I paid a little over $100, but you can find it for about $150, $160, but it's worth every single penny. All right, and the audio quality is like, seriously guys, it's out of this world. It really is. Okay, and I love it. I'm enjoying it, and this is just another solution. I'm not saying that with Tony and Chelsea Northrup, actually with Tony Northrup, I did the video of today, is definitely not a good solution. I think it is a great solution. All right, it's very creative and it is a hack. But just like that hack exists, there are other hacks also out there, and this one here might be one that you might like better than just using the Rode Go and actually having to hook up a wired headset still to it. With this one, you can use this Bluetooth, okay? And the Bluetooth that I use, here I'll show you what I use. These Bluetooths I've had for 2 years, and these Bluetooth are, I haven't found anything better than these. Okay, these are the Zolo, okay, the Zolo Bluetooths, right? And they give me, it gives me 48 hours of charging, guys, okay, with this here. That's number one. Excuse me, that's number one. Number two, right, is that when I use these headsets, okay, I can easily go 8 hours, anywhere between 6 to 8 hours before I have to even charge them up again. So that's one thing that I don't have to worry. If I'm in the middle of a production, I don't have to worry about, oh, did my batteries die, or did this die, you know what I'm saying? That goes the same with this, okay? This here, the batteries last 14 hours, okay? 14 hours, you know, you're not gonna be filming for 14 hours, okay? You know, I guarantee you that. But when you're dealing with stuff that has batteries, you don't want the stuff to die like my camera just did, because my battery, you know, actually died on me, you know what I'm saying? And so the least headaches that you have, the better you're off. Anyways, this is Charles Richard. I want to really thank you guys for coming and joining us today. You know, again, one last time, you know, please subscribe, all right, or follow me, and that way you can get notified. You know, thank you so much for joining me today. Seriously, thank you so much, and I'll see you on our next broadcast.